Welcome back, everyone. We have Jayson Tatum joining us. Jayson, before we get into talking basketball, I want to know how's your family doing? How's little Deuce?
He's doing good. He's growing by the day. His birthday's coming up. Starting to say a few more words now and show a little bit more personality. So it's this fun age right now.
What was the first word that he said?
Dada.
Dada, of course. But I know that he recently started school. I think you shared a photo of him with the picture day.
Mm-hmm.
What is that like for you, Jayson? I mean, being a young father, but seeing that he's literally your mini-me.
Yeah, I love it. He looks just like me when I was his age.
We actually have a photo of that we screenshotted that when you said my twin. Literally almost the same exact outfit too.
Mm-hmm.
What is that like for you to see?
It gives me chills.
Yeah.
I enjoy every moment of it, and it's the best thing ever.
You incorporate him with a lot of the traveling too, when you can. Obviously wanting to spend time with him, but why else do you think that that's important to kind of have him along wherever you're going and kind of get to see what you do?
Yeah, obviously spending time with him first and foremost, but just building that bond and relationship, and showing him all the hard work that goes into it, and being a positive role model, because I know he's going to want to be just like me. Not necessarily saying he has to play basketball, but when he gets older and looks back and be like, man, my dad took me everywhere. Like my dad was the coolest, and making sure he's good.
He probably has a lot of bragging rights to his classmates for sure with that. But your mom, Brandy, is also a huge support for you, and she travels as well when she can. How are you modeling some of her parenting roles, and just what do you take from her?
The two biggest things is I take, everybody parents differently. There's no perfect way, because everybody's circumstances are different. I was 19. Some people are married, when they have kids. For me, just love your kids unconditionally and, support them in whatever they want to do, and, just try to be the best role model you can.
We have some fans tweeting in questions. We have Evan, who wants to know, what have you learned from others in order to be a leader on this team?
Lead by example. A lot of people think the leader is always the one talking, which sometimes, you need a vocal leader. But, I remember in my first 2 years, Al wasn't, the most vocal, but, he was a true professional. And that's somebody I really admired, my first 2 seasons, that, he was one of the older guys, but he was diligent in his work, and taking care of his body and taking care of himself, and he's proven, and he's been in the league a very long time and made a lot of money.
I know that it's just a short sample size, but you were able to play in the FIBA World Cup. You had your new teammate Kemba Walker, and he told me earlier that he feels with his leadership style, he's quiet, he observes, but he offers feedback when he can. Do you see any comparison to him and Al, and kind of how they lead?
Yeah, both of those guys are laid back and quiet, but Al definitely helped me out a lot my 2 years here, and it wasn't overbearing. It was just he would pick his moments, especially in my first year. But Al was one of my favorite teammates. I miss him.
Best piece of advice that he ever gave you? If there's one that you can pinpoint.
Yeah, it's not just one. It was off the court things, and but basketball. It was mostly about taking care of my body. Al's been in the league a long time, and been doing great things. And he often told me he wants me to be in the league as long as I can, and reach new heights and big goals. And number one thing was just taking care of my body.
With taking care of your body, how are you feeling right now? I know you got to experience the FIBA World Cup, but had to sit out the last few games. How are you feeling now?
Feeling good. Ankle's feeling fine. I'm ready to go.
What do you take from that experience, though, with your new teammates, and kind of getting to gel a little bit with Kemba before you get started with training camp?
It was a great chemistry builder. We did everything together. We ate every meal together. We played cards and video games to 2, 3 in the morning every night. We 17-hour plane rides. Like, we had no choice but to bond, and especially with the other guys on the team that we often compete against a lot. So that was, even though I got hurt, I would do it all over again.
Great. Jayson, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Looking forward to covering you tomorrow.
Thank you.